you know that some of these speeches at the Conservative Party conference were mental.
Yeah.
Just like
It was the
baffling.
one who was going, "Will you fight harder?" or something.
Penny Mordaunt.
Penny Mordaunt.
But do you remember? And obviously, there's been some kind of. Normally, what happens is when they say baffling shit like that, some fucking pseudo psychiatrist guy says, "Oh, if you do this,
it'll be
people will get it." and it'll
It's
be
it
remembered."
all stems like it's been going on for years, but like the low point for me was Theresa May's stance.
Well, I was going to say, do you remember the
big
power
stance?
stances?
Yeah.
But George Osborne did it as well, and he looked like he had been wedged by the bigger
Atomic
boys at
wedgie,
school, and now he's got a poo in his pants.
Yeah.
It was bizarre.
Yeah.
He also had his haircut, didn't he, to look more normal, but it made him look weirder.
They're just lizards. They're pretending to be humans. I'm not in the kind of like conspiracy theory. I think they might be lizards.
Well, I think if you are someone who, and this is sometimes I find this a bit of a lazy trope, which is that, take for example Rishi Sunak. He's wealthy. His
Yeah.
wife's wealthy,
Yeah.
right? And I sometimes cringe a bit when people say, "Yeah, but look how wealthy he is." It's like you're giving him an out there.
Right.
You're giving him an out.
What do you mean? As in like what?
Well,
he's
you're letting him
successful?
off.
What? He's
you-
successful, so 'cause
You're right.
he's-
No, you're writing it off by saying, "Oh, he's so wealthy that he doesn't know what's going on."
Right.
The point is that a lot of people, I'm not saying him, and I'll get to the point in a minute, but a lot of people who are wealthy, they have certain empathetic skills. They have certain, what I'm trying to say is, I suppose, in a roundabout way, being wealthy isn't inherently a bad thing,
No.
right? I think if you get to the level of like multi-billionaire, morally it's indefendable, unjustifiable. But if you're someone who's worked really hard and done really well and made loads of money, that can be a good thing. So don't. The problem with Rishi Sunak is not that he's wealthy; it's that he's a fucking idiot and he's a moron and he's got no empathy. And to bring the point round full circle, take it to someone like George Osborne, right? If you are someone if you're born into a family that's wealthy, at the start of your life, that's not your fault.
Right.
You didn't choose that.
Yeah.
You didn't. The same way I didn't choose to be working class. You didn't. Whatever. You didn't choose to be from Hartlepool. Whatever.
You should drive a Rolls Royce.
It's when you use that opportunity to never develop any kind of empathetic skills or any kind of idea that you want to actually be in this public life for the right reason. And if you what you do is you essentially cut yourself off from any of life's real challenges. And it can be Sunak, it can be Osborne, who is St Paul's School, really fucking posh, no real connection to the real world. Oxbridge, then straight into Conservative Party HQ, Central HQ, advisor, entry-level spad, whatever, minister. He's never really taken time to be empathetic about what people actually need.
Yeah.
And that is a much bigger problem than the apparent wealth or privilege he has. Because take someone like Tony Benn, right? Not a perfect guy, or not really politics I actually personally share that much, but, son of a Viscount, aristocrat.
Yeah.
Spent all his time championing the working class. Spent all this time
And
championing
you see characters.
improving workers' rights, all that kind of stuff. He wasn't not able to do it because he was fucking an aristocrat.
Yeah.
He was able to employ empathy, and he was able to go out there and learn about what the world's about and try and do what he thought was the right thing.
But you
and
see
that
these
is so different.
But you see these characters in the House of Lords all the time, but you just don't see them in the Commons because I think the Conservative, the ruling party of the land, have just got really excited about. I don't know, like they think they're all in the West Wing and they have to sort of got to be ruthless. And
I don't think they're even that cool, though, are they?
Dog eat dog. They've got to just be as awful as possible. And it's not about leading a country. It's not about serving. It's about getting that job and saying, look, I've got this job. This will probably do me quite well when I leave and go into the private sector. This will put a couple more knots on my wages. That seems to be why people get
power
into
for its
politics
own
nowadays.
sake.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's a chance that Nigel Farage will be the next Conservative leader.
You reckon? I thought Rishi's job was to just get rid of all those kind of proper loopy guys.
You're joking?
They've not.
Have you seen?
He's not
Have
been
you seen?
particularly successful.
Have you seen him and Priti Patel dancing to "You're Just Too Good to Be True"?
That's true, yeah.
Honestly, he's gonna be back in the fold. It's psychotic what's going on. It's absolutely psychotic.
But it's almost like it's.
And who's the best? Who's the best the left have got?
You what?
Oh, Owen
Oh,
Jones
God.
doing his videos. Fucking
Yeah,
hell!
I'm obsessed with Owen Jones.
It's bad though, isn't it?
It's bad.
I don't.
You've got a bit of an Owen Jones look about you.
I'll get fucked.
Come on. Nice and blonde.
He's ripped.
Is he ripped? Yeah.
he
he's
looks
ripped. There you go.
he looks good. So
He
I'll take that.
Looks tasty.
But it's not that I want to particularly bag on Owen Jones.
Right.
It's just that I don't really identify that much with. I'm going to say far left because that sounds pejorative, but like that left. I don't necessarily relate to that either personally. And I believe someone's politics should be their own as long as they're not kind of genuinely problematic. It's not that. It's just that what I get upset about or what I cringe about is that for all their faults, and there are many, many faults, a lot of those right wing guys are good.
What do you mean?
They're efficient. They know their shit.
Yeah, but I don't think they do though. I think the problem with I wouldn't mind a bastard. I wouldn't mind a horrible bastard, but just be good at it.
Is that on your Tinder?
Yeah, I wouldn't
Your Grindr page.
I wouldn't mind a bastard, but it's just like I just don't believe that they're very good at it. Like,
but what I mean is, I'm sort of talking specifically about like Owen Jones will go up to like a 16-year-old Tory schoolboy.
Yeah.
And shove a mic in his face, ask a shit question, and then get schooled. And everyone goes, ha, ha, ha. They don't say, ha, 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 that's what Owen Jones is like. They say, ha, 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 that's what the liberal left's like.
Yeah, okay.
Why do you want any of that? Look at the fucking state of it. We're in it, the whole country's on fire. But that's the chance you've got if you go with them. And I just don't understand how Owen Jones, for example, can be doing this for so long and not understand that those public schoolboys over there, they're probably in the debating team, aren't they? They're public schoolboys who go to Conservative Party conferences.
Yeah.
They probably know how to fashion an argument. So don't just avoid them. Avoid them like the plague.
Avoid them. Go for the easy pickings. Go for that gingerhead lady who's absconded to Australia to do racist stuff over there.
Yeah.
That young lass.
You might get a draw out of her.
You might
get a 1-0 draw.
The thick Sunderland lad who wanks.
Darren Grimes.
Darren Grimes. Get on Grimesy.
No, because Grimes is in the crosshairs now, isn't he, with GB News, I think.
Is it He's
Yeah, you can't comment on it, but he's been mentioned in some stuff that's come out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh,
not great.
Not great.
Who'd have thought? It's always the one you least expect, isn't it?
What's you least expect?
Grimes used to be a Lib Dem, didn't he, as well?
Again, they're just our grifters. They've got no appetite for anything other than just... what gets me about characters like that, they're not even making that much money. Like I almost guarantee they're not making that much cash.
I see that a lot. I think one of the...
You are debasing yourself. You've sort of given away your future for a couple of quid now, and not that much money.
How much do you reckon they're on?
Grimesy?
Yeah.
Well, what does Grimesy... I don't actually know what Grimesy does. Bit of streaming, bit of tweeting.
I haven't seen him on the telly for it.
Yeah, I just don't think think he's on much. He'll be on.
The media aren't very good at reporting on salaries of broadcasters. The only ones they're good at is the BBC because they have to publish them. The other day I saw something that someone reported in an otherwise actually quite interesting article that Rory Stewart was making £2 million a year from the rest of his politics.
I could see that.
Nah.
What do you mean?
No chance.
No?
No, he can't be.
Well, yeah.
I'll tell you afterwards why he can't be.
Well, I mean, he'll be on a fee, won't he, more than anything else?
No, so he owns a third of it.
Oh, right, okay.
Rest of his politics making £6 million a year. I'm going there.
I'm going there. Hello.
For this shit.
It's Rory and me.
But someone was saying the other day about Dan Wootton, who got suspended, again, completely mental, saying that he's, through his loss of earnings through the Mail, loss of earnings through GB News, he's missing out on $1.5 million a year. No fucking way. He's not on old-fashioned newspaper money, is he?
No, but he will have. I just didn't realise how because I only remember from remember the Bazaar column he used to have back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember from that, and I just sort of go, God, he was quite high up for a long time, and you hear these stories about these people, and you sort of go, yeah,
maybe he's maybe he's on good wedge. I don't know. But it shows you how far the whole thing's fallen because you hear Gordon Smart, who's the ex-editor of the Sun, on the telly or on the radio or whatever, and he actually sounds like an all right bloke. Do you know what I mean? But back in the day, he'd have been like a terrible reputation.
You have to be awful to have those jobs. But to talk to him, he seems all right.
What I don't get about it though is that we're awful. We don't get any of that stuff.
We don't give us some money. Let us be awful for money.
We're getting the worst of both worlds.
The listeners are.